I didn't know about my future. It was very hard. I didn't know how to continue with life when I learned I was pregnant. In fact, I was praying to die because I didn't know how to continue with this baby. In fact, I wanted to abort this baby. I was not even feeding well. I would sleep thinking that I would not sleep at all because I would think about aborting the baby. Sometimes I would take very conk tea leaves to remove to abort the baby, but it never happened. First 1 month we paid for her house still there, but every day I would go to check on her. Then I realized that the neighbors were making, when they would try to call her, because if the baby is crying, they would throw stones on the house. So I realized that the baby was getting scared. In fact, she was not sleeping a whole night because she would get panics. So I took them in so that we could care for them, and more so because Catherine went through depression, which made me feel she needs a closer observation.
Hello Tuko family, today we're going to spend the day with Judy Kihumba, a woman who has dedicated her life to helping deaf moms take care of their babies and just going about their businesses, seeking clinic services, the babies, the pregnant moms. So we'll spend the day with her, taking her through all the activities that she's planned for today and telling us why she does these things that she does and how she gets inspired. So we have to join, and we will be going to various places of this Nairobi city, seeing what she does and how she interacts with the doctors and her clients. Asante sana. Okay, it's Judy. Judy, tell us where you're taking us today.
Oh, hi everyone. I'm so happy to be here also, and thank you for joining us. We'll be going to Kangemi today.
Okay.
We're going to Kangemi Health Center as well, and we'll be visiting a deaf mother who has a sick baby also. And we also go to Langata, where we'll meet another lady who is also deaf and who has a very exciting story.
Can't wait. Stay tuned.
Okay.
Okay, my name is CK Catherine Kinya. I'm from, my home is in Meru, but I was staying in Lakisama when I came to Nairobi. This is where I gave birth, and I met Judy the day I gave birth. And since then, Judy has helped me with clothes. She's has helped me with everything, including going to the hospital. She has been busy, but she really has helped me to take care of my baby. Sometimes when she was not able to come see me, she would send some people to come help me in my house. I was really struggling before she came. I didn't have even things to start life with. But after Judy saw my struggles, she invited me to her house where we live. Judy would bring me stuff that I need. And sometimes even coming to teach me about how to take care of the baby. I had so much stress. I had postpartum depression. Sometimes I could not even shower, but Judy would come and sit with me and encourage me. Sometimes I would cry, and sometimes even when the baby cries, I would not hear when the baby is crying. So sometimes Judy would come and help me, explain to me how I need to be checking on my baby. There were days I would sleep. Sometimes I don't know how to feed my baby. Sometimes I don't know when the baby is sick. And sometimes all this time, Judy would come help me. For example, there was a time my baby had to be admitted because she had tonsillitis. Judy would be there to make sure that I'm in the hospital. And this time that she was admitted, she even paid the hospital fee. And Judy would come and take care of everything. Sometimes if I'm not able to focus on the baby, she had taught me how to keep checking on the baby. And now the baby has grown. And I say Judy is like my sister. She has taught my baby so many things. Even now, she keeps training me, and I'm so happy about the growth of my daughter. And when I see her interacting with Judy's children, I'm happy because she has bigger sisters who are able to teach her development ways of a baby. Sometimes when I think about my life, my heart pains because I don't have a job. I have been applying, but this, because all this happened immediately after college. So I wonder how I would be living. But right now I'm happy that I have a roof on, I have food, I have somebody who I can tell the baby is sick, her temperature is this high, and she will say, I am busy, but I'm coming. She will come and take me to the hospital. So for me, Judy is that person. Even buying drugs for the baby, or even helping me understand how life is, especially around my baby. She has helped me take care of my baby. And now I can say I am comfortable when I see my baby playing, and I'm happy to even her watching the TV and doing other things just the way a normal child would do. I feel like she's in the right place because I don't have to worry so much. I know my baby has grown so fast. Sometimes I don't know how it would be if she wasn't in this house.
Yeah.
Before I came to Nairobi, home was Timau. That's where I was born and brought up. But together with my siblings, it was not a big challenge per se for children, but it's only because that I had a disability. Sometimes there are also people don't understand sign language, so even me enjoying life there was a bit hard until I came to Karen Technical College for the deaf, and then I went for attachment, where I interacted with different people and learned about their life. I had a sponsor who helped me go through primary school and high school and college, but then he later left. It was very challenging for me, even growing up, because even sometimes I would feel like even the teachers were not I was only understanding things when I was in school because of teachers would help me understand, but going home was hard. But now I had to leave village and come to Nairobi for college for attachment in 2018. July, I came to Nairobi. And I was staying with a friend who, after college, we would meet and talk. And after that, when I got the certificate in catering, I wanted to develop myself. I wanted to continue with life, but things have not been good. There are times I would do manual jobs like cleaning people's houses so that I could get little money. My heart was disappointed this time COVID happened, because sometimes I would not even have house rent to pay for myself. With my friend, we would struggle even in this business of selling clothes. Sometimes it was not giving us enough. Picking these clothes from Gikomba, sometimes 30 bob or 40 bob, we go sell 100 or 200. But this would help us get food. And you can imagine this business when COVID happened, it would help us pay rent. And but I didn't have much, and that's when now I realized that I was pregnant and stress started up. I didn't know about my future. It was very hard. I didn't know how to continue with life when I learned I was pregnant. In fact, I was praying to die because I didn't know how to continue with this baby. In fact, I wanted to abort this baby. I was not even feeding well. I would sleep thinking that I would not sleep at all because I would think about aborting the baby. Sometimes I would take very conk tea leaves to remove to abort the baby, but it never happened. And many deaf people would advise me different things, but I remember one friend who told me, please don't kill this baby. It is wrong. It is wrong to kill. So from there, my heart changed, and I would have stress all the day. I would look for counselors, but I would even go to church for God to help me to take care of this baby, because it's not that I hate baby, it's the struggles that I was going through that would make me feel like I didn't want this baby. You know, I never went to the hospital until I was 9 months to give birth, because I knew that the baby would live, I would abort the baby, so there was no need for me to go to the hospital. Until when I was in labor pain, I called a neighbor who I told her how I was feeling, and she told me, please run to the hospital. And they looked for an interpreter who went with me. And luckily, the interpreter, her mom was a community health worker who helped me get assisted first. They tested the HIV and everything, and they saw that the baby was well, and I keep thanking God. I didn't have even the NHIF, because I didn't know where to go to. This mom helped me get a Linda Mama card, which helped me give birth, and I didn't pay.
Why did you decide to take her to your home? What happened that you specifically, because you're helping many women out there, why did Kenya touch your heart?
I would say that when I went to see her, first that the baby was on the floor. You know, from hospital, she didn't, as she says, she only had a mattress. Finding a newborn on the floor made me feel the pain. And then when she told me she's an orphan, I asked her for her sister's number, all her relatives. And when I called, the sister said that by that time they were struggling. So in fact, she said they're also looking for somebody to help them. I felt the pain of a mother. And again, I looked at her, and so she was desperate. The first 1 month, we paid for her house still there, but every day I would go to check on her. Then I realized that the neighbors were making, when they would try to call her, because if the baby is crying, they would throw stones on the house. So I realized that the baby was getting scared. In fact, she was not sleeping a whole night because she would get panics. So I took them in so that we could care for them. And more so because Catherine went through depression, which made me feel she needs a closer observation.
What are the signs that you saw in her that told you that she's undergoing depression?
She would cry a lot. Sometimes even the way she would tell me she was almost giving up in life. And for this made me feel I want to maybe save her life or save the baby's life.
Are you happy now that you are in Judy's house? How do you feel about this whole situation?
This is my home. I am so comfortable. Why? There's somebody to take care of us. There is food. We sleep well. We have a room of our own. I have no stress of what to eat today or tomorrow. I am free. I am living a free life.
That's really good.
And to me, I am happy. I always say, God bless Judy.
Judy, you're a kind person. You're a kind woman. And may God bless you. Have you seen a change in her life since the time you brought her here? And currently, do you see any difference between?
Yes, there's a big change. First, I forgot to say that Catherine developed, you know, for first-time mothers, the nipples of the breast were very cracked, and she became very sick. We had to go to the hospital, you know, the fevers.
Sure.
And I realized because she was not feeding the baby well, so they were very, very cracked. So that was also another reason for me monitoring her closely. And I also remember this was during the time the curfew was there. So traveling was hard. At night, you know, the curfew for 7. One day she SMS'd me that the baby temperature was high. So I told her to remove the clothes and leave her with a vest. Then she SMS'd back asking me, what is a vest? I realized that Catherine didn't have exposure to babies. So leaving her with baby alone was hard for her, and she didn't have anyone to help her. So that was also another reason. yes, she has changed. Number one, she has gained confidence.
Good.
And I can say anytime she is maybe looking at the baby and thinking maybe there's something of concern, she will call me, I come and check. Also, even her comfortability right now, she's better than before. She talks, she's comfortable. I would say that, yeah.
That's nice.
So there is a big change. Change even in how she's now she's not feeling the way thing, but now she's feeling confident.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to call the organization Talking Hands, Listening Eyes? Describe to us why.
Talking hands is exactly what I'm doing. I talk with my hands and I listen with my eyes, because the deaf people don't use their ears, they use their eyes as their ears. So it's talking hands, exactly this, and their eyes are the ones listening.
Okay.
And of course we were talking about PPD. So, but although now with time I've realized there are different needs as well, even with these mothers who have PPD. Yeah.
This is not the only person you're helping. You have a
Yes.
big project that's impacting so many people out there. Yes.
Yes.
What are the challenges you as Judy, the head of Talking Hands, Listening Eyes,
Yes.
how would you say the challenges, I mean, how would you describe the challenges that you're experiencing while you're doing this?
The challenge number one is, you see all these women I'm going to meet. It's my family. I would say it's just taken a few friends and of course my very supportive husband, who will, maybe I need fuel for the car to go and see them. Sometimes I need to carry food. I will sometimes share from the house and go visit them. So sometimes the challenge mostly is funding, because I am doing this from my pocket. Sometimes it's hard. Also, the challenge of when we go to the hospital and I try to explain to the doctors exactly what this person wants, and then they think we have taken care of other deaf people before we know. And sometimes the communication is hard. Yeah, so those are my big challenges. Yeah.
Well, there's a Kenyan out there who's watching this episode and would want to probably support you in whatever way they want. How
Yes.
can they reach you?
You can follow us on Talking Hands, which you call short of Talking Hands Listening Eyes, is THLEP, THLEP. On Facebook, on Instagram, we are there, and even on LinkedIn. Or you can even follow my personal account, is Judy Andy.
Okay.
Yeah.
My final question to you is about the support. What is the most important need that you have right now?
Right now, I have two needs, the greatest of all.
Okay.
One is I'm looking for potential employers. I'm looking for companies, like the diaper companies, where they can employ these women to, even if it's packing those things, where they don't need to talk a lot and they can take care of their children.
Yeah.
Because most of the deaf people don't have like permanent jobs, but most of them work in small organizations or cleaning jobs, which through the COVID time, many organizations closed. So many are suffering right now. So I'm appealing to potential employers. Catherine here, I'm looking for a place for her. She has done catering and housekeeping, and she's very good. Looking at her tells you she's a very clean girl.
Yes.
Even this house, she keeps everything well and in order. So for me, I'm looking maybe for a hotel which can take Catherine, to give her job starting from here, because she needs to develop wings and take care of her baby as well, as much as I'm taking care of her. And many others there who can do many other jobs. So if you are there and you're an employer, you can reach to me. I have many women here. And I say women because I have seen many deaf women are the ones who take care of their children more than men. I would say that, yeah.
So Kenya, what advice do you have to a woman out there who is pregnant, well, struggling to hear and doesn't have nowhere to go to get access to health services? What would you tell these people out there?
I know there are many pregnant women out there who are having different challenges, yes. And I know some deaf and some hearing. Some have families, some are doing this alone. Some we find they're even single. And I know they're struggling so much. And I would talk even to deaf women, even those who are married. They have different challenges, and most of them are left, all these responsibilities are left to women only. I would say that we need to take care of both women and men, and more so women, because they're the ones who carry their children and they struggle so much. But if you are there and you don't know where to go, Judy is here and ready to help you. Go to Talking Hands will help you. They will provide counseling. If there is something they need to advise, even they are even diapers and clothes. Sometimes you've seen women given these things. Whichever need you may have, just don't shy away. Reach out to TLEP, Talking Hands Listening Eyes. It's in Facebook, and you can get help. Yeah, and Judy is very good and she will help you.
Thank you, Kenya.
Today we are here because I came to see Sheila. Sheila is my friend, and she's one of the women I work with.
Okay.
She came to me because the baby was sick, and she didn't know how serious the baby was, because when she came, the baby was having, I don't know, congested chest. The minute she entered through the door, I could tell because of how the baby was breathing. But she didn't hear. So when she came in, I asked her, "Is the baby sick? Have you gone to the hospital?" Then she said, "I have bought her dawa from the chemist." Then I asked her, which one? So she showed me the wrong, from me I could read and say, this one is for homa, for flu, but not for the chest. So I told her we come so that we go to the hospital today. And when I came, I found that the sister also felt the same, and they live with the sister. That's a good thing.
That's good.
And the sister has bought the better medicine for baby. So for today, I have come to check on her. We are to go to the hospital and the baby be checked. I think because they have dawa, maybe we can wait, observe, then I'll come here on Monday to see how she is.
Okay.
Yes.
Sheila, tell us how you knew about Judy and how Judy has come through to help you, with the issues of raising your baby. How your journey has been, your motherhood journey.
I met Judy in the office, but the baby was breathing hard, and I couldn't tell the baby was breathing hard. It's Judy who told me and helped me that the baby was not breathing well. But I couldn't understand because I couldn't hear the voice, that wheezing voice. And it's only a hearing person who could hear that wheezing voice. So I am so grateful that Judy has come through to me in many other ways.
When you go to the hospital to try and, when you're trying to see the baby's well-being, how the baby is growing, how would you describe the experiences at the hospital?
It's very hard, very hard, because the doctors don't know sign language. Sometimes they miss a point, and I try to get what they're saying. I can't really tell what they are saying because they just call, talk, and they don't sign. Sometimes it takes a person, an intentional person, to write to me. And sometimes I misunderstand when they write to me. We write, and sometimes I'll understand, but I prefer they learn sign language because I want them to learn sign language more, the doctors to learn sign language more, so that it becomes easy. Sometimes we try to do our homemade signs, which sometimes are very hard. When they write, sometimes I'll understand, others I will not understand. Sometimes I'll miss a point. So for me, it's them to learn sign language. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we make our own signs. Some are very hard, Some are not even understandable. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes they write very heavy words.
Okay. Especially the hospital jargons, right? Yeah.
Like for example, calling her on the queue. One has to call her. Sometimes it's not easy because they'll say next and they don't get it.
Yeah.
And they have to keep writing. I don't know how we'll do. My sister knows when I need something, especially like this. Sometimes she'll hear even the little things that I didn't hear about the baby. So, like now the baby is coughing. I did know the baby was coughing. Yeah.
How is baby feeling right now after the medication that was given?
Yeah, he's better. He's better. He's improving.
That's really good.
Yeah. We have, I realized this month of February is Love Month, and we really think about deaf moms. This came up because there's one deaf person who were organizing for a baby shower, and then I wondered, there are many others who may not even have those big friends who can organize for them baby showers. So tomorrow we'll be having a baby shower for deaf moms. We'll be at Michuki Park, and the reason we are doing this is to encourage deaf mothers to know to feel loved, to know that they are like any other mother. You see the way we say mothers are wonderful people, they are amazing people. Even them to feel the same. We'll be working with people who will come to work with us. Doctors, we'll have a gynecologist, we'll have a pediatrician, we'll have a nutritionist who will, because these are things that these people miss out, especially when they're taking care of their babies. So we'll have expectant mothers and we'll have those who have babies below 6 months. This one is to encourage them and to talk to them, especially for those babies that are about to get out of, to get to weaning, so that they understand what they need to do. Because I see some, the way they feed their babies the first months, you wonder, this is not the right way. And this is, again, still lack of information.
Yes.
I saw one who was telling me her baby can't eat eggs because if you eat eggs, you die. Because the baby is a girl. Again, we go back to our culture. The deaf people, in the deaf world, there is a deaf culture and not the hearing culture. So maybe somebody from their place told them about their culture of women not eating eggs. Of course, because the baby was a girl. Maybe that alone, this person takes it literally to the baby, which is not the case. So those are the myths we are trying to break. Yeah.
Okay.
And more so for tomorrow, it's to celebrate them, to celebrate deaf moms. Yes.
And so far, how many people have benefited from this organization that you've formed?
It's a very new organization. I would say I have worked with around 20. And we also, I would say the bigger picture is about 50 who are in my circle, whom I am working with. Not all of them have gone through PPD. They have gone through different issues. They have gone through other maternal mental challenges, or even maternal issues that I wouldn't say really maternal mental, but other maternal issues, health issues. So I've worked around, I would say now about 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges you would say that these women face, especially when they're trying to get services from the clinics or when they're trying to go for prenatal visits? How would you describe the challenges that they encounter?
I would say the challenges are, as I said before, purely lack of information, lack of accessing information, or giving them half-baked information, I would say. There's something that triggered my mind sometimes back. My daughter, who is 3 years, who was 3 then, one day I was driving her to school, and we were in my car is a small car. So we saw these big trucks, the ones that transport water. And she asked me, why is that lorry bigger than our car? And I told her, it's because our car is to take Lynn to school and come pick her. It's not for transporting water. And she asked me, who is driving that car, that lorry? I told her, a driver. Then she asked me, who is getting the water? I told her, people who want to wash, clean, cook, use that water just the same way we use water in our house. Then she asked me a question that made me think, like, look back and see how we communicate with the deaf people. Because I told her, she asked me, does that mean the driver has not taken shower? No, the driver has taken shower. Then after a second, she asked me, So those people are cooking with dirty water.
Oh Lord.
So for me, the baby was thinking that this water, it's the same water that the driver is showering with, and it's the same water that he's transporting to other people. We had to literally go to the tap, put water in a bucket, pour it, and now connect a pipe and show her how it works literally. And that's how we communicate with the deaf people. You think you've given them full information, but it's half-baked information. It's halfway. So you leave them with more questions than answers. Sometimes even the health centers, they will say that we are writing down. I have written to her. Then this deaf person will come back with the paper to me, ask me, what exactly did this do? Even if I wasn't there when they were writing, what exactly did he mean? I have been doing video calls. Of course, I work with a pool of some sign language interpreters who will tell, there's a deaf person in this hospital, kindly go with her. Or I am, if I'm available, say, I will work with this. So that's our challenge of accessing information, and more so health matters to the deaf people, health services to the deaf people. It's the biggest challenge, and I always feel when we miss the health part, we mess the whole life of this person, because the minute you are expecting, you are given the wrong medication, you get a miscarriage. I have had a miscarriage. I know how painful it is to lose a baby. When you miss this access to this information, that means even your health, you can be given the wrong medication that will take you a lifetime to recover. So we need to, if we start with the health, I think we are able to flow to many other. I was supposed to join a provincial school, then there were provincial schools, and my parents were not able to sort their problems or their issues, so I couldn't be taken to high school. And through that, my grandma knew of a certain school, a deaf school a school for the deaf, and knew the principal. And my grandma knew how I love books, so she was like, they gave a trial, they take me to this school and see whether my parents would support me. Yes, and I went there for one term. There was no school fees paid. In fact, I say the first day I went to school, I reported to high school in old clothes, because my grandma had to borrow around, and I got a pair of uniform. I went and joined a school for the deaf. The first week, the first day, it was very, very challenging. Of course, I had not met deaf people. I had not communicated with them before. And it was a hard thing for me even to accept that I had now moved from where I wanted to go. I was very excited to join the high school. I had been admitted, but now I couldn't. And there was that denial. I was feeling rejected. I was feeling like I don't deserve. And you see now the teenage way where you feel like nobody cares, nobody loves you. But after one term, I had to stop schooling again because the school fees was not paid. There was my grandma wouldn't afford it. So I had to stay out for 1 year and a half. I say it's almost 2 years because I was taken by my auntie where I was working. I worked as a house help for her for that time, and she was helping me to save the money to go back to school. So I saved my school fees and went back to school, the same Reverend Mohoro School for the Deaf. And this time, the principal was kind enough to get a sponsor for me, where I got sponsored and went through the 4 years. It's such a wonderful thing. I feel I'm living my purpose right now because having gone through rejection at my early age and now living with the deaf people, also knowing the challenges they have gone through, because 98% of my friends are deaf people, of course, from high school, and even after we became very good friends even after high school. So I live in a deaf world, of course, because I'm also a sign language interpreter. And when we talk about Talking Hands, it was born because of the interactions with the deaf people. But the fact that I'm not a deaf person, there are also some challenges and good things because I understand both worlds. So it becomes easier for me to feel the deaf people. But also the other challenge is when there are some who will look at me like, you're not deaf, why are you representing us? But I'm not really representing us, I'm walking with them. We are walking this journey with us because there's nothing much I can say about them when they're not there. That's why we are walking with them and we are doing everything with them.
We've come here because we have deaf mothers who are expectant. We've come to learn about. We have people who are training us about pregnancy, about birth, about different ways We have people who are teaching us about nutrition, about health. If we have any problem, we ask them. If we have any question, we ask them, and then they explain. And yeah, we are so happy. We feel so relaxed. I am so happy because when I am at home, I get so stressed. But now when I come here, my mind is settled. I am learning very many things about pregnancy, about birth. I am so happy about what is happening. And yeah, I feel so happy. I'm so happy. I feel very comfortable, and I would wish it would happen again and again. My name is Nebat Wanyonyi. I'm so happy today because my wife couldn't come. She's at home because she has a 1-month-old baby. So I decided to come and represent her and pick her gift and take it to her at home. My name is Charity Maina. I have come here because I want to know about this THREP association that is helping deaf ladies. So I really want to join that organization.
And being here and knowing that you eventually join the organization, how does that make you feel?
I'm so excited. I feel so happy. I'm so happy. I am so happy, and I really want to learn about this organization, and that's why I want to join.
Okay. I want you to teach me how to say thank you and all the best.